Everybody, and welcome to some more Naya Wrestling Turtles! It's me here, Mark Silvester, and so then guys, with the recent passing of Hulk Hogan, what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a reaction / watch along to what is, in my opinion, my favourite match of his entire career. And this match is from WrestleMania 18, being The Rock versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan. What I wanted to do is, for this match, I wanted to do a reaction / watch along of this amazing match, telling you guys about my feelings of the match and how amazing the match is, as even though, yes, I wasn't a particular fan of Terry Bollea with his political views, his personal views, but as the man, the wrestler, being Hulk Hogan, for me, he will always be one of my all-time favourites. He's the reason why I became a wrestling fan. And throughout this watch-along and reaction as well, I would like to give you guys my personal history with Hulk Hogan, the character, the wrestler, and the man that helped me become such a big wrestling fan into the future, where I now love Stone Cold Steve Austin, CM Punk, and Owen Hart, to name just a few. And so then, guys, for this watch reaction, as you are already aware, the match I'm going to be doing this watch reaction on, and as you are aware, what the match will be is going to be The Rock versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan from WrestleMania 18.
You know, guys, it feels great to be back in this ring in the WWF. I mean, the WWF made Hulk Hogan a legend. But you know something? Something happened. And then you people turned on me. The WWF fans drove me out of the WWF. I'm the reason all you people are here. I'm the one that put the WWF on the map. I'm the one that made wrestling as big as it is today. There's nobody in this business that's a bigger icon than I am. I'm the biggest star, past or present, in the wrestling world today, and there'll never, ever be a bigger star than Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan and The Rock in the same ring. Who would have thought they would have ever seen Hogan and The Rock? It was not the people that drove you out of the WWF. They loved you. They believed in you. And damn it, The Rock believed in you. You are a legend. You are, without a shadow of a doubt, an icon, quite possibly the best ever. And seeing as you are back in the WWF, you talked about headlining, main eventing, WrestleMania after WrestleMania after WrestleMania. Well, Hulk Hogan, The Rock says, how do you feel about headlining one more WrestleMania with The Rock?
Yes. It'll be a pleasure to kick your ass at WrestleMania. And by the way, Rock, good luck, because you're going to need it.
Not as much as you, brother.
Oh, wait a minute! Oh, brother! The Rock just drilled Hollywood Hogan! Oh, brother! The immortal Hulk Hogan versus The Rock at WrestleMania as The Rock bows down to Hollywood Hulk Hogan. You're pitiful, Rock. After I beat you, Rock, you're gonna realize that you're ordinary. You're common. All these millions and millions of fans who are my fans first are gonna see me kick your candy ass at 100% of WrestleMania.
You see, Hogan, you can beat The Rock in a tag. You can take a hammer to the back of The Rock's head. You can try to end my career. But the fact remains is there is no way that he's not going to walk into WrestleMania, the biggest match ever. Whoop your candy ass. 1, 2, 3.
A match for the ages. The Rock and Hogan at WrestleMania. One-on-one. A match that the world thought would never, ever happen.
Hollywood Hulk Hogan. He will make his 10th appearance at WrestleMania. His first in 9 years. And the challenge for Hulk Hogan is the future of the World Wrestling Federation. The Rock. Wrestling's past. Wrestling's future. This is WrestleMania, baby.
So then, guys, if you are able to watch the WWE network slash archive, etc. on Netflix, like you can do over here in the UK, or if you watch it on the network itself in other parts of the world, or even on the Peacock, or even on any way you can watch it, even via like DVD or VHS, for example. And you need to go on to WrestleMania 18, and you need to be at 2 hours, 29 minutes, and 3 seconds. At the count of 3, we'll begin. So 1, 2, 3, let's go. And you can hear there as well the static going off the NWO logo. You can hear the crowd going insane, going like, oh my god, Hulk Hogan's back after 9 years of being away from the WWF, who are now known as WWE. And a really cool thing about this moment as well too is when I was watching this live in person, this was the match I wanted to be the main event. This was the match I was most excited about, seeing the wrestler who was like my childhood wrestler, the man who I loved watching, because when we were kids, me and my brother had a lot of the Silvervision VHSs of WrestleMania 3, 5, Safari Series, 1988 and etc. We would watch them continuously. Like, for example, because I'm autistic and I didn't really start talking properly till I was about like 7 or 8, and Hulk was one of my first words I ever said, like, because that's how much Hulk Hogan meant to me. Like, that's how much, obviously, that amazing character, that amazing larger-than-life persona was. And also as well, you can hear the fans here as well, all being Hulkamaniacs, because same as me, they're seeing their childhood hero, they're seeing the person that they looked up to, they're seeing the person that got them into wrestling, was back in the company that he helped make, that he helped go into the stratosphere, that helped, to be honest, become the biggest thing in the world. And also when you see there as well Hulk Hogan doing the amazing, it's just amazing. I think the really cool thing about this as well too, especially now being on Netflix, and the most recent thing of now finally after many years of it being unblocked or unblurred, is you can actually see in its full glory the World Wrestling Federation logo, the symbol, and even the term WWF being used on this pay-per-view. And I know there's some versions, especially in the games and stuff, where they have this song not being used properly. It's like a generic version of it. But having this music playing is just amazing. Seeing Hulk Hogan come out with the crowd, seeing in the background there as well, it's just missing the shot there. And you have like the classic style of Hulk Hogan that they had back at WrestleMania 6 when he wrestled against Ultimate Warrior in the Battle of the Titans. You know, the Ultimate Challenge. Sorry guys, I nearly forgot about that. The Ultimate Challenge being WrestleMania, and you can hear the crowd cheering for Hulk, and you can hear earlier there as well, you had JR putting over Hulk, how he was able to headline 9 of the events, because technically he only really main evented 8 of them. No, technically 7, if you don't include 9 or 4, but because he's been involved in those pay-per-views, this is the first time he's been in, and he's been involved in big matches of the first 9 of them, you know. And you can see here as well The Rock coming out to a mixed reaction, because obviously, even though he is the face, and they're in Toronto, which is very much a sort of like a smarky kind of crowd, he can sense as well the crowd might not be as into him as they normally would do, and that's why I think this match works so well, as you will see in a minute, just how these two men are so good at what they do, how great they are. They're able to adapt on the fly really well. Now, going back to some of my Hulk Hogan memories, I remember watching a lot of the videos on VHS. I remember having a copied VHS of WrestleMania 7, watching that quite often. And I would always go back and listen and always replay Real American, because it was really annoying, because back in the day when I used to have a lot of the CDs and the cassettes of the old albums of the WF and stuff, like, you never really had a clear version of Real American. Then it came out on the wrestling album, which I bought, where you had Volume 1, Full Metal 2 and 3 of the classic WF albums back in the late 90s and stuff, after I got Volume 4. And I would always continuously listen to Real American. It didn't really feel right, but then I would always used to watch WrestleMania 3 quite often as well, and having when Bob Uecker says, "The winner of the match, and still World Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan," and then it would have Real American without any announcers, without anyone, and you like hear it playing properly. You see the posing and the pythons and everything else as well, which is so awesome too as well. And it's just like he was one of those wrestlers who I just gravitated a lot towards here. And then you can see there as well in the background, sorry for changing the subject, the amazing picture from WrestleMania 6, Hogan's face from the Ultimate Challenge. You can see both men staring at each other. The amazing cinematography, like this amazing shot here. They're both looking to the crowd. As much as I'm not overly keen on Kevin Dunn's production, I still feel for me like these amazing shots, this amazing feel. You can see with the camera panning back, you can see the crowd, the size of the crowd. You can feel the emotion, feel the gravitas, and it's just truly amazing. You can hear as well the commentators bigging up the match as well too. And you can see both men swearing down each other, shouting each other and stuff. And now you've got the referee ring the bell, and it's now on, guys. It's now on. And you can see there, both men just looking at each other, obviously history in the making, icon versus icon, you know, Hall of Famer versus future Hall of Famer. And then you got both of them in a, you can see them there in the, oh, and then the big shove and the pose. I remember seeing this live in person, and just the crowd, and even I inside was going insane. You can see The Rock here being like, and you can see as well them starting to look at each other being like, alright then, let's flip it on the dime. You can see Hogan going, come on, just bring it. And you can see their faces like, alright then. And this is where you can see that sort of like the shift of Hogan turning towards a more of a face sort of character, while The Rock turning more heelish. But obviously Hogan is still using a lot of his heel tendencies. Like here, you got him with like his The Rock after his head, like giving like a big arm wringer kind of move as well. So you can still see the heel tendencies of Hollywood Hulk Hogan, but with the face nuances of face Hogan, because you can hear the crowd here as well, even going Hogan, Hogan, because obviously it's that nostalgia, the love that the fans at the time have for him. And you can see there as well the big shove as well, and then the pose, and you can see the crowd just going insane, and it's just so good. Like you can see it like doing the ear, and you can see the other fans with the crowd doing the ear as well, and it's just some of the amazing shots, and just seeing the crowd, how they're getting, and how they're reacting as well is just amazing. Just to see the crowd so pumped up, just to see the crowd so invested in this match, so invested in Hogan, because it's like their first match they've seen him in 9 years. The first time back at WrestleMania, back in the World Wrestling Federation, back in the WWF, the company that he helped create, that he helped, you know, take to global, super, like, you know, become a global phenomenon kind of thing, and how after all these years and all this time, it's become such a big and wide and amazing thing as well. You can see here as well, Hogan showing more of his heel tendencies and stuff, like the punches and the chops and everything else as well too. And I do believe what Cody Rhodes has said, like, oh, this move, oh, beautiful clothesline. It shows how many times I've seen this match. Like, even when I'm reacting to it, I know exactly what's going to happen. I know exactly about everything. But I do believe about what Cody Rhodes says, and a lot of people have said, like, to be honest with you, if this match did not have the crowd, if this match did not have the... Or you can see there as well, Hogan's bandana come off his head. You can see the crowd, some of the crowd booing him, some of the crowd cheering for The Rock. But I do feel for me, the crowd makes this match. It makes this match from a 3-star match into, in my opinion, an absolute classic 5-star match. You can see there as well, The Rock saying to, come on then, just bring it, bitch. Like saying to him, you know, just fight me. I want you at your best. I want you. You know, I want you to fight me, sort of stuff. And you can see both of them as well, like Hogan shoving The Rock shoving Hogan. You know, you can see both men looking at each other like going, and then the slaps by The Rock. You can hear a bit of the crowd starting to boo a bit as well. And look at those big moves by The Rock with the big slaps, like he does his amazing slap, then a bigger one. And I think, you know, and looking back at these matches as well with Hulk Hogan, I would say, being a massive Hulkamaniac as a kid, some of my favourite matches of his would probably be, for certain, this one is one of my all-time favourite matches ever. Another match I love of his was his against Randy Savage, WrestleMania 5, Ultimate Warrior from WrestleMania 6, Kurt Angle from King of the Ring 2002. That was a great match. His match against Andre the Giant, WrestleMania 3, just for the spectacle, just because it had 90-odd thousand people there, just because you had the Power Slam heard from around the world and stuff. That was fucking insane, you know. Some of those matches I loved as well too. Oh, and the big elbow right to the head there by Hogan. You can hear the crowd starting to cheer as well. You can hear more cheers happening as well. But the other thing as well too with Hogan's matches and stuff, because even though I used to watch Survivor Series 88 quite often, more for the demolition, you can hear there as well the crowd cheering Hogan's running elbow there. Here we go. This is a classic we used to do quite often. I remember this match against Randy Savage, he would do this. So then the third one, nope, scraped to the eye with his boot. I love it. Like, that's very much the heel tendencies that even he did as a face when he was wrestling against Randy Savage, and even had at the time Jesse Ventura, like, what's he doing? I thought he was supposed to be a good guy. What are you doing, Hogan? You know, it's just so cool as well, seeing in the background there the guys wearing the WWF Attitude Era t-shirts, taking pictures and stuff as well, and you can see just how amazing the stadium is, the crowd, just everything about this match is just insane too. But going back to the matches as well, like, even though I used to love Survivor Series 88, especially the sound of the ring, like the canvas with the dum 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 dum, especially with the way that he would win the match, hitting a power slam after doing the big boot, and then he would then hit the leg drop. I'd always used to watch it a lot more for the 10 on 10, the 5 tag team elimination Survivor Series match with Demolition being the co-captains of the heel team. There we go. Oh, that was a lovely suplex move by Hogan, and all the crowd going insane again. So fucking good. And it's just so cool just to kind of like watch these things go forward as well, and watch the main event, watch Hogan, watch how he works, and then watch him at WrestleMania 4 and all the other pay-per-views as well, and then finally knowing, oh my god, there was a match at Survivor Series that had Hulk Hogan team up with my favourite tag team of all time as well, Demolition. Hell yeah. So I found it on a BitTorrent, watched that, then obviously I found it back on the old Sewervision double DVDs I used to do, and I would then find it on the network when we used to be over here in the UK, and then it was then now on Netflix, and it's just so awesome just to see, obviously, all this different stuff. And then back when, because I used to watch a bit of WCW, it was more because of the fact that we never had Sky Sports in my house. We had this old thing before we went over to Sky, which had Cartoon Network, and then in the evening it would change over to TNT, which then we would watch stuff like the WCW Nitro when Hogan was the face and became the heel, being part of the NWO. I was able to watch stuff like the Wizard of Oz and all classic old school Turner films as well. But then after getting Sky, we never really were able to watch WCW much anymore. It's only really whenever I went to someone I used to watch it maybe on Channel 5 and mostly the WF on Channel 4 as well. But then back in 2002, when I heard Hogan was coming back, when I saw Hogan at No Way Out, I was so excited to have Hogan back again, and then watching this match live, knowing I had school the next day, knowing I had to wake up early for school, I was like, no, I do not care if I'm tired. I'm staying up for WrestleMania. I'm staying up for this match. I'm staying up to see these two amazing wrestlers fight each other, just to see Hogan again in a WF ring for the first time in like 9 years at WrestleMania, just to see him back again. And then throughout that as well, later that year, where he won the WF title, he was the last World Wrestling Federation champion before it became the WWE as the Undisputed Champion. Oh, look at that big chokey slammy move, and you can see the crowd there getting excited as well. The fact as well, he had his mid-card run and he got injured. I bought a Hulkamania t-shirt because I even got one for my birthday because I was such a big Hulkamaniac and stuff, just to have him back and everything else. And then the following year, back in 2003, and then his Hall of Fame run was also awesome as well too, staying up for WrestleMania 21, seeing Hogan back, fighting against Muhammad Hassan, seeing him come out with my favourite diva at the time, Stacey Keibler. It was just a really, really cool moment. And then honestly, it's like, you know, I kind of fell out of love with him, honestly, especially as well with his whole political and his personal views. But to be honest, I will always remember Hulk Hogan as Hulk Hogan. I always remember him as the man who helped get me into wrestling, the man who helped like start that love of professional wrestling for me. I mean, be honest with you, without Hulk Hogan, I would never become a wrestling podcast. I'll never look into doing stuff to do with professional wrestling. I'll never be someone who would kind of look at these people and the larger than lifeness about them as well. I think as well with Hulk Hogan too, was able to kind of help me with his, I guess, larger than life persona, help me connect to the Ninja Turtles, help me sort of like, I don't know, in a sense, Goku from Dragon Ball, because he has that sort of like Hulk Hogan did, that larger than life personality. I was able to connect to the people that were, I would say, maybe quite different's the right word, because to be honest with you though, there wasn't really anyone else like Hulk Hogan in wrestling at the time. I mean, yes, you had the big men, yes, you had like the giants in a sense, or later when you had the Ultimate Warrior come out even bigger, or for example, you had people like, I don't know, The Undertaker, etc. But to me, there was no one similar to, for example, Hulk Hogan. Like, he was, for me, someone could be, and a big clothesline there to Rock on the outside, on the floor, you know, and you can see the Rock there with the amazing selling of the eyes, like looking up like, oh my god, I'm nearly dead kind of stuff. And it's just so cool just to see as well, like, Hogan, you know, sort of like that whole thing of how he was very different at the time. You didn't really have many wrestlers like him, and the way he would wrestle, the way he would Hulk up, it kind of connected me to obviously things like the Ninja Turtles and etc., where they would kind of have the music playing, and that's when you would know, alright, shit's got real, this is going to happen. Goku turning into Super Saiyan, but like him hulking up, and it's just so interesting as well, just to kind of like have that weird connection. But then later on in life, I became more of a fan of Steve Austin. Then I really got into CM Punk, and then seeing him earlier this year at WrestleMania 41, finally main event WrestleMania and stuff as well too. And I just think it's just, oh, there you go, the Spine Buster by the Rock on Hulk Hogan. It's just so cool as well just to see Hogan, and just to kind of like see how evolved and everything else, all the things I love, like wrestling, Dragon Ball, even football to a certain extent, the Ninja Turtles and etc., and even as well into my new loves being Ram the One Half, and even into video games, and even being a black belt in karate stuff. You can kind of see how from when you were younger to when you get older and stuff, how things always change, and how you should always have, like I say in karate, the empty mind, the emptiness of being like you're learning something new again. It's just interesting to kind of see just how with professional wrestling and mixture with my love of video games and the Ninja Turtles are all able to kind of like really meld together to kind of like help shape me into stuff that I love. And you can see here as well Hogan tapping out because the referee's been knocked down in the sharpshooter. You can hear the crowd booing because Hogan's tapping out. You can see the crowd booing quite a lot as well too. And you can see as well Rock going like, come on referee, get up, like come on. And you can see him picking up Mike Chioda, then literally dropping him because he's like, oh for fuck's sake ref, what are you doing? You can hear the crowd booing him as well. And you can hear a few chants, oh the low blow. You can see there as well, bits of the heelness. There we go, a rock bottom. What a beautiful rock bottom by Hogan, look. And he's holding on to the arm, referee's coming across, 1, 2, and a kick out by the Rock. You know, that was insane, man. And I think some of my favourite Hulk Hogan moments as well was obviously one being this match, another one being him posing. I loved him in Suburban Commando. I know a lot of people don't like Suburban Commando, but and the Rock being hit by Hogan's weight belt, which obviously helped influence Cody Rhodes with his weight belt and etc. But I loved those films. I loved Mr. Nanny. I loved all those films of Hulk Hogan. I remember watching The Three Ninjas only because Hulk Hogan was in it, and I was a big Hulkamaniac at the time and stuff. And I mean, I still am a big Hulkamaniac. I wouldn't be a big Terry Bollea fan, but I am a Hulkamaniac. Like when I mentioned on my Facebook and the Instagram and etc., saying like, rest in peace Hulk Hogan. He helped me get into professional wrestling. He helped get me into my love of sports entertainment, professional wrestling and etc. But as a person, I might not have agreed or liked Terry Bollea, but to me Hulk Hogan will always be one of my all-time favourite wrestlers of all time. You know, it's that kind of thing, you know. It's that kind of, changing the man compared to, in a sense, the performer, the character, you know. You can see here as well, The Rock hitting Hogan with his weight belt, and that's why I'm kind of like trying to say it in a very neutral way, kind of bringing more to do with my love that I have for Hogan and stuff, because to me, I want to mention more about Hogan as a wrestler and Hogan as like the, in a sense, the character and stuff, rather than mentioning Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea as the manager. And here we go, the Hulk Up, guys. It's the fucking Hulk Up. I love this. This is one of the moments that I would show anyone so they can see, just even for 10 seconds, just how the crowd's amazing, just how everything. I still love this moment so much. It still brings a tear to my eye. It's like I was a kid again, watching him when I was younger, in my early years, watching all these old VHSs and seeing the punches and stuff, and oh my god. You can hear as well the crowd, you can hear the announcers going, like even here as well, in a moment. I absolutely love that call. The leg drop, he'd be on the drive with that move. And I feel, for me, if that was the end of the match, I would have lost my fucking shit. But you can see the crowd going fucking insane, you can see the crowd going mad and everything else. Oh my god, it's so cool. Going back to the films, like I used to love the old Hulk Hogan films. I remember having a VHS with Suburban Commando, Adventures in Babysitting, as well as the original Master of the Universe movie, with, before it comes out next year, with Frank Langella and Dolph Lundgren. I always used to watch Suburban Commando quite often. I remember watching a review of it from the Nostalgic Critic going, I was frozen today, played by Christopher Lloyd and stuff, and it's just so cool just to see, for example, like Hulk Hogan acting in these different films, being in these films with different people, seeing him go out of professional wrestling. Yes, I don't remember No Holds Barred as much as other people do, but for me, my Hulk Hogan film will always be Suburban Commando, and the reason why I would watch Suburban Commando was because of Hulk Hogan. And other films I saw of his, like The Three Ninjas and a few other ones as well, was because of Hulk Hogan. So you can see here as well, The Rock just hit 2 rock bottoms. He's got up. He's now going to go for the most electrifying move in the history of sports, entertainment, professional wrestling, you name it, and here it comes, the People's Elbow! You know, and and they got 1, 2, 3. My god, guys, even watching it back again, that match was insane. That match was amazing. You can see there as well, the camera showing off the crowd how excited they are. Like, that match was just, oh my god, that match was amazing. So good. So fucking good. It's one of those matches that I would show any fan, anyone who wants to see a good match, who wants to see why, when professional wrestling is at its best, why when it's at its peak, there's nothing better. I know you have modern wrestling, like to a certain extent AEW with all their flippy shit, or you've got some modern stuff where people are told, slow down, but I think for me, this match is one of those matches that I do not care what Meltzer or anyone else says. This is a bona fide 5-star match for me. This is one of those matches that I believe will stand the test of time. I mean, it was in the top 5, for God's sake, of the best WrestleMania matches of all time that WWE put out for the people to watch and to enjoy themselves as well too. And I just think, for me, this match is legendary. This match is just so good, and I just can't wait to watch this match again in the future and show it to other wrestling fans or even non-fans alike why this match is just so good, and why this match is just truly fucking amazing. And you can see there as well The Rock posing, lifting up his arms to the crowd, looking at Hogan being like, yep, I beat you. The younger Lion lost to the older Lion. You can see The Rock looking towards the crowd, being the people's champ. And you got this as well, them putting over the magnificent match, the amazing match. You can see here as well just the change, and you can see here Hogan holding onto his ribs, holding onto his thing, Rock being like, what are you doing, Hulk? What are you doing? And then you got one of the most iconic moments throughout his career, the turn that made him back from a heel into a face, which brought on the Hulkamania resurgence, which then went into his amazing 2002 mid-card run. Here you go, Hogan with a hand out to The Rock. And then you've got The Rock shaking his hand. Oh my god, I remember watching that live in person, being like, Holy shit. And I'll be honest, watching that moment and watching other moments that will happen in the future, because obviously this match is 20 years old, but I want to like react along to it when I'm at that point. But I honestly was wishing they would play Real American, because to me, as much as I love Voodoo Child, as much as I love American Made, as much as I love the NWO theme tune, to me, Real American will always be Hulk Hogan's song. You know, that will always be the song that I always remember being Hogan's song. So even when he came back and when he passed away and they showed off his tribute package and they come back to the crowd, when they showed off Nick Hogan, they played Real American, because to a lot of the crowd and to a lot of people as well, Hogan's theme tune, Hogan's song is Real American. That is the song that made Hulk Hogan. And even though, yes, he had also had Eye of the Tiger and his ding 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 Hulk Hogan theme tune, then Real American is always the best. You can see here as well, Paul and Nash attacking Hulk Hogan. They're like, what are you doing, Hulk? Like, why are you shaking hands with The Rock? You're supposed to be a bad guy, you're supposed to be with us, supposed to be with us, you know, sort of stuff. And you can see the Rock looking back into the ring, seeing what's happening, seeing Hogan get beaten up, and you can see the Rock come back into the ring, hitting Nash, hitting Hall with their big slap. You can see Hogan as well with his big punches to them as well. The Rock clotheslining Nash out, and you can see here Hogan throwing over the top rope Scott Hall. And you got the Rock's music playing as well, and you can see them looking at Hulk Hogan being like, what are you doing, man? I thought you're supposed to be part of the NWO. I thought you're supposed to be part of the NWO. And you can see they'd be like, NWO, come on. You, NWO, for life, for life. And you can see there as well Hogan like saying, come on, I wanted to fight him alone, I wanted to fight him alone. You can see them like, come on, what are you doing, what are you doing? And then you got Hogan and The Rock both in the ring, Rock taunting, and you can see there as well, even JR putting over the fact like he wanted to see if he can do it on his own, he wanted to see if he can do it by himself against The Rock, just to see how he would do. You can see there as well Hogan being like, yeah, come on guys, it's always for life, it's always for life. And you could see there as well Hogan looking to the crowd, looking to everyone else as well too. And you can even see The Rock being like, alright then, I can hear the crowd going, like The Rock's getting ready to potentially come back in the ring, he's ready to fight them again, like to eat their candy asses as it were and stuff. You can see Hogan wanting to leave the ring here, but no. You got The Rock be like, no Hogan, no, like you're coming back into the ring. And then this for me is another symbol of Hogan's full face turn. You can see The Rock like being, come on Hulk, come on, pose for everyone, come on, pose. You can hear there as well Rock like, no, you're not leaving, I want you to pose with me. Because obviously there you got Jerry the King Lawler mentioning as well, like, you know, yeah, The Rock was a Hulkamaniac. You can see there as well in the crowd, the Hulkamania sign, all the crowd signs, everything else as well too. Insane, and it's so good. You could hear Hogan be like, right then guys, and then here he comes, doing the pose, doing the ear. I still do that every time I ever hear Real American, I still do the ear pose. You see there's old Hogan posing for the crowd. You can see the crowd going insane, going like so happy to see it. Their childhood hero. You could even see The Rock be like, oh, listen to the crowd. You could hear the crowd even getting louder. Hogan be like, alright then, come on crowd, I want to hear you. And you can see Hogan posing more. He'll be like, alright then, you guys can make more noise? I'm going to make my knee poses for them and stuff. And you can see Hogan a bit of a wince, but he's like, this is for every single one of you. And then The Rock's like, no, I want you to do one more for the crowd over there. And you can see The Rock going, oh, it's so funny to see what he's doing. So you can see there as well Hogan doing the ear again, wanting to hear the crowd go insane, wanting to hear the crowd cheer for him. You can see him like, come on crowd, cheer for me. You can see him posing as well. You can see just The Rock smiling, because he remembers being a Hulkamaniac. And there you have as well the Shake heard around the world, part 2. Insane. You get the respect between both men, The Rock's music playing again. I was really hoping they would have been playing Real American there, because Real American, like I said earlier, is such a classic song, such an amazing song. You can see there as well The Rock showing his flowers, showing their respect to Hulk Hogan. You can see Hulk Hogan selling the punishment from The Rock, selling his ribs. Like, you know, you've got two great men, great masters at work, showing why they are truly two of the GOATs, and why one man is in the Hall of Fame and the other one will be a future Hall of Famer. And that's right, guys. And here you go, here's a replay of the original Hogan and Rock handshake. And you can see there as well, Rockamania, both of them with each other. Hogan being like, for life, Rockamania for life, and stuff, like, you know. Both of them, you know, doing the shape, like the shake hand claps again and stuff. Both men walking up the aisle, walking past the rest of the crowd, walking towards a big Titantron, walking towards the set. I wasn't overly keen on WrestleMania 18 set, but for a match, for everything else, yeah, nothing fucking better. And yeah, guys, that was truly a 5-star match, and is truly, for me, truly a 5-star match, truly one of the greatest matches of all time. And that, my friends, was my watch-a-thon, my react-along, whatever the hell you want to call it, of that amazing match. Personally, one of my all-time favourite matches from WrestleMania 18, being The Rock versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Let me know, guys, in the comments below, what your thoughts about this amazing match, and what you think about other matches throughout the amazing career of Hulk Hogan. Let me know what you think about him, and what childhood memories you might have of his, or what memories you have of his in general. Love to hear you guys think. And also as well, guys, please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to No Wrestling Turtles. I've been your amazing host, as always, Mark Silvester. And don't forget, guys, to take care. And always remember, what you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you? And that, my friends, was my react-along, my watch-a-thon, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That was me looking back at the amazing match, that amazing 5-star match, being The Rock versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan from WrestleMania 18. Let me know, guys, in the comments below, what your thoughts about this amazing match, and how you think it compares to other matches throughout the amazing career of Hulk Hogan. Let me know if you have any other memories of Hulk Hogan too, how you first saw him, your favourite match, your favourite moment, favourite segment. Love to hear you guys think. And also as well, guys, please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to No Wrestling Turtles. This has been No Wrestling Turtles, guys. I've been your amazing host, as always, Mark Silvester. And don't forget, guys, to take care, and always remember, what you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you?